Hello again, this is the course of data structure and algorithms, and today in this video we are going to learn about maps and dictionary. So in the previous video we already learned about priority queue. So this kind of data structure might be a little bit different with the previous one. So let's take a look. So we are going to discuss about the maps ADD, and yeah, I'm going to explain also a little bit about the dictionary, because in some other programming languages they use dictionary instead of maps. And I'm going to explain simple list-based map. So be it the list, we can also use map, and the performance of the list-based map. Okay, maps and dictionary in one domain or in one computer programming languages, they say that both of them are the same. Okay? So it's a kind of repository or place when you put documents inside of the cabinet, you can find the key and you can find what is the value. So what is map? Okay, so here maps is a searchable collection. Okay? It is a searchable collection of items that are key and value pairs. So you already learned in the domain of, I think in the beginning of learning Python, you learn about the dictionary. We have the key and value pairs. Okay. The main operation of a map are for searching and inserting and deleting items. So yeah, that's the basic operation for all the ADD. Okay? And multiple items with the same key are not allowed. Okay, so we already learned that the key, if you are using the dictionary, the key should be only one, or it should be unique. So multiple items with the same key is not allowed. So there might be another way to use the data structure, not using map. Okay, but for map, we have only one item for one key. Okay. So later, if you learn about the maps, you can use it for address book. Okay? For example, one person stay in one house. Okay? So that's the assumption. And student record database. So one student might be related with one kind of study. Okay? So in the dictionary, you already learned about the Python's class. Okay? The one of the Python class is DICT date. Okay? It is arguably the most significant data structures in the language. So when you use the dictionary, so we have also the same idea. So it is an abstraction known as dictionary. Okay, and we have the unique case, which is associated with values. Okay, so when you have keys and you have the values, then we can also tell them that it is the kind of similar with map. We use the term dictionary when specifically discussing Python's D class, and the term map when discussing the more general notion of the abstracted type. So when you use Java or when you use C++, C Sharp, so actually they don't have dictionary. If you use Python, then the term you can use is dictionary. So please remember, yeah, because we are doing with Python, I guess you may have some ideas. Okay, this is dictionary, but when you do with the other programming languages, you can just think that yeah, it's map. So the term map is more general than the dictionary. So in the dictionary, let's say, yeah, because we are using Python, so I will keep with the dictionary syntax. And if yeah, we are going to deal with the general map, it is the map. Okay, so we have the square bracket to indicate the index. Okay, so if you are having a map M and then you have K to indicate the key, so we will get the value V. Okay. So if it exists, then it will return the value V. But if it does not exist, then it will give you a key error. So this kind of method will be implemented with the get item. So in some of the code, you already know that the get item is dealing with how you can return back the value. And you can also do with the assignment. So if you have the mk equals to v, it means I want to put the value v, and the value v will be associated with the key k. Okay? So it means I would like to replace. So maybe in the k, in index k, there was a value before, and I want to replace it with a new value. Okay? So we have the set item. So if you learn the computer programming languages, you know the concept about set and get. We can also do with the deletion. Okay, so this is insertion, and this is the operation to update, and there is also another operation to remove or delete. So it means I want to delete a particular key k, okay? And if there is no such item, then it will raise a key error. That's the method for the delete item. If you want to know the length of the map, then you can just use the length len m. And if you want to iterate, so it is a kind of list, so you will have several keys, and you want to iterate from the first key to some other keys, then you can use the iter. And also if you want to use for loop, okay, so if you want to check if k is in m, it means, yeah, you can use if to indicate whether k is in m, or you can also use the loop. Okay, so as long as k, if you want to repeat from some particular value of k to the last values of the key in the map, yeah, you can also do it with this one. But if you are just doing with 1k, it means, yeah, we want to get the return value, and this will return true or false. So the method is related with contains. And then if you have the get, okay, get means I want to return the mk if the key k exists in the map, because I do not know whether k exists in the map. So I need to check it. I need to get k. Okay. And then if, yeah, if there is yeah, if we can get the mk in the map, then, you know, you will return the mk, or you can return the value. Okay. But if you don't have any value for this one, then it will return none. Okay, so none means, yeah, that's, yeah, you can replace d with any value, but if you don't have any values, then it will return with none. You can also set the default. So k, it means if I don't have any key k, then I can just set with any particular value, which is d. So if the key exists, then it will simply return mk. But if the key does not exist, then you will set the mk with the d. So d is the value, and you will return that value. And if you are doing with pop, okay, so you already remember, yeah, if you use the stack. Okay. So yeah, in many other operations, they will use stack for some particular operation, and in this case, you're also using the stack function, which is pop. Okay? So we want to remove. So if you want to remove the item, it means I want to remove the particular k, because I know that k is unique. So if I want to remove the k, it means it will return its associated value. If k is not in the map, then it will return the value d. So it will return what is the value here. For example, yeah, if you put none, then you will just give none. If there is, yeah, actually if you put known, then it will just give you the exception or key error. See? And there are many other operations you can use. Actually, this kind of abstract data type, you can generate by yourself what kind of operation, like for example, pop item. So you want to remove arbitrary key value pair from the map and return k comma v tuple representing the remove pair. So if a map is empty, then it will show key error, or yeah, is the exception. You can also do with clear. It means I just want to clear all the lists, or I want to clear all the key value pairs in the map. If I want to check only the keys, then I can just m.keys. Yeah. If I want to know all the values, then I can just m.values. If I want to know the items, so it means the pair of k and v, I can just put the dot items. If I want to update, okay, so it means, yeah, I want to assign mk equals to v for every kv pair in map m2. So it means you have map 1 and then you have map 2. So all the items in the map 2 will be updated into the map m. And you can also use the equal sign to check whether the items in the M2 are the same with the items in the M. Okay. So it means, yeah, we need to have the identical key value association. If there is non-identical key value association, then you can just give this symbol. So this is the negative symbol or negative symbol. So it returns true if map M and M2 do not have identical key value association. So if you already have at least one which is do not identical, then yeah, it will return true. So let's see with the example here. I have the first map. Okay, the first map is blank, and then I want to know what is the length of the map. So the length of the map is 0, and then I would like to put one statement which is mk. I want to assign the key k. So in this case, the key, okay, the key is k, and yeah, because I know the key is k, I want to put the value 2 into the key k. Okay, so that's why k equals 2. Okay. And then I have another key which is b, and then the value is 4. So I just put on the next one, b4. And then I have another which is u2. So I have u and 2. And then I have another v and then 8. So I have another v and 8. So we have this after we put all those assignment operation. And then we have mk equals to 9. Okay, we know that the k already exists. So we just put the k here, and the value now has been converted into 9. So because we want to assign a new value to the key k. And then I have mb, it means I want to know what is the value of b. So we know that the value of b is 4. And then mx, I want to know the value of x. Is there any x here? No. Okay, so the key are k, b, u, and v. So there is no x. So that's why the return value will be error. And then I want to get f. What is f? So here, yeah, there is no f. Okay, f is indicated as the key. Okay, if you get back to the previous one, okay, we have get k. Okay, so if the k is not f is not exist here, then it will return none, because you don't put any values here in the none. So I want to get f, and I put 5. It means if I don't care, if I cannot find any f in the map, then I will return the value 5. So I will get the value 5. Now I have get k 5. So what is k? I know that k has a value which is 9. So the value will be 9. So 5 here will not be printed it because I can find K. What about length M? Now we have 4 items. Okay, so let's delete MV. Okay, so V, okay, here we have V, and we will delete from the map. And then I want to pop. Okay, so if you just delete, then you just delete the items. Okay? But if you pop, it means you want to return the value. So I want to pop K, then the value will be 9. So 9 is the value of K, it will be returned. And I want to know the keys. Okay, so all the keys now remaining P and U. So we will get PU. What about the values? We have 4 and 2. Okay. So we have 4 and 2. And then if I want to know the items, so the items are 2, which is P and 4, U and 2. Okay. Now, if I want to set the values, okay, so I want to set default P 1. What happened here? Yeah, I know that P already exists, okay, and P already have the value of 4. Okay, so that means I want just to return the 4 value and just obey the 1. So the idea is similar with this one. Okay, if you find the items, then you will just return the value of that item. If you don't find the key, which is A, okay, A is not in the map, and I put one value which is 1, then I want to assign 1 into the key K. So the return value will be 1. And if I want to pop item, okay, so to pop item, it means I just choose random. Okay, so the structure this one is not the same with the pop in the stack, which is removing the first part or last inverse out. But in the map, the pop item means just I want to remove any item, so it's random. That's why P, yeah, comma 4 is random. If you ask me why P, yeah, no, there is no specific answer because it is random. So the idea of the list, the idea of the map, we can use it with the list. So let's say I have a list. Okay, you know already the list. In the linked list, you have learned about the singly linked list, doubly linked list. So we can eventually implement a map using unsorted list. You still remember unsorted list? Yeah. So in the unsorted list means you just put all the values into a list, and it doesn't care about the whether the list has been sorted or not. So we start the items of the map in the list as. Okay, so we have this as, and then for these things, yeah, we just use the doubly linked list. If you still remember doubly linked list, we have the previous, which is referring to the header, and we have the next, which is referring to the next item. In this case, the item, yeah, because we are dealing with the map or we are dealing with the dictionary, so the item consists of 2, which is the key, now is 9, and C, which is the values. So we just we can use this list-based map, and every time you have a new item, then it will be stored in the last or in the yeah, maybe if you're dealing with a queue, okay, the rear part, or we will update before the trailer. So that's why when you have the doubly linked list, you have the header and trailer, and all the items will be in between of the header and the trailer. Yeah, this chapter is dealing with the map, and if you are have more interest, if you have more interest on the map, actually is very powerful. So there are many other kind of map. So you just learn about the map base, okay? And you can use the unsorted table map, and you can use hash map base, you can use sorted table map, you can use tree map. Okay, so there are a lot of maps, but yeah, I'm just giving you one idea about the map. And if you have interest on this kind of map, I guess you can try to figure out the unsorted table map, hash map, and sorted table map, and tree map, because they have different way to reorganize the items in the map. And especially if you have the hash map, we will deal with the hash map in details. So we will learn about what is chain hash map and what is the probe hash map. So I will just give you this idea. For the unsorted hash table map, I think unsorted table map, sorted table map, and tree map, yeah, you can try to figure out, and you can just uh, read the book for your future studies. Okay. So the operations in the map-based abstract class, I already explained to you before. I will not give you the code. If you have interest on the map-based, this one, I can give you the idea of the map. But basically, this kind of map-based, it is inheritance from the mutable mapping. So this one is from the mutable mapping. And then yeah, we have the items. So it means I have one item and the item consists of key and values. So because if you are using Python, you don't need to have this map base. You can just use the dictionary. The dictionary actually represent this kind of map. But this book also gives you the idea how if you want to develop your own map. Okay. When you have the item, so you want to initialize the K and the V. So just put the self here because self, it will represent the object. Okay, so the object that you want to count into the implementation, it will be referring to the self. So here I will have the key K, and then I have the value which is V. Okay, so the value is here and the value here. And then yeah, you can have the method equal, not equal, and less than. Okay. The idea is I want to check whether the key is the same with this item, and I want to check also whether the key is not the same with this item, and I want to know if the key is greater than the key in this other. Okay. And yeah, this just unsorted list. The unsorted list, I guess, is just similar with what we already learned. Like, yeah, we have the map base as the superclass. Yeah? So the map base is here. So we have the item equal, not equal, less than, and then we have the constructor. And the constructor, we just want to put it into a table. So what is table? The table actually, yeah, is just a list. Yeah? And then in that particular list, we can do with several operations like get item. Yeah? I want to get item, which is K. So I want to know whether K is in the list or not. And then yeah, we will check all the items which is in the table. So the table here is the list itself. If we can find any key which is the parameter here, then it will return the values. If not, then you just give the key error. And then the set item, it means I want to set the K in, I want to set the value V into an associated of key K. So you will do the loop from every item in the table. If you can the key, then yeah, the item value will be V, so it will return. But if you don't have any item in the table, then you will just append. Okay. And the delete item, yeah, I guess you know what is the meaning by delete item. It means I want to delete K. So if I have the table, it is a list, then I just look for all items in the table. And then if the key is the same with the K, then let's just pop. Okay. So pop means you want to remove the item and then you will return values. If you cannot find it, then just key error. Okay. And then length means you want to know what is the length of the map, and then iter, you want to do the iteration. So you want to know for each item, yeah, you want to know for each item in the table, and then you will yield. So you already learned about the yield. If you want to return a value, then it just showed a kind of memory address. So if you want to see the result from the iteration, then you need to have one more for loop. What is the performance of list space map? So the performance on the list space map is O1 for the insertion. Okay. So yeah, because it is the same with the doubly linked list. Yeah. So the item that you want to insert, it will be only one time, whether the item can be in the beginning or at the end. Because if you are just using the unsort list, then you can just put the item anywhere. Yeah. If you want to search or remove an item, then it will take ON, because yeah, it is the worst case. Because when you have the map, you don't know what is the key, and there is no kind of sequence of the key. So whenever you have the key, then it will be inserted at the last or at the beginning, and then you want to remove, for example, key K, okay, and then you don't know where is K. So the worst case will be ON. But yeah, that's the worst case. The worst case scenario, it will traverse the entire list to look for an item with a given key. And if you have the unsorted list, you know, of course, this is the unsorted list. So you need to check all the things. But if you have the sorted list, it means yeah, the insertion will take ON, and then for searching and removing, it will take O1. So yeah, you already learned about the list sequence and the unlist sequence. Yeah. So that's also works for this list space map. If you are doing with the unsorted list, then you will have this performance. If you're doing with the sorted list, then the performance will be the reverse. So it will be ON and it will be O1. Okay, I think that's all for explanation about map, and we will continue with the other video, which is about hash map. And thank you very much for listening.